Hi, welcome everybody. My name is Chrissy. This is Penny. She's about to head home in a minute. And I just thought I'd get on and do a quick reading for the 20th of April. Now, I'm just going to close my eyes and we'll just get started and see what comes through. Oh, I'm getting, there's still lots of lies and deception. Now, when I think of the lies that people have been getting fed over the last couple of years, it's like the lies are becoming like tissue paper. So they're becoming very, very thin now. They're overlapping and they're trying to put lie upon lie upon lie. But what's happening is they're getting soggy. So it's almost like the tissue paper is getting thinner and thinner and it's starting to fall apart. So the lies are starting to fall apart. And what they're sort of saying is that the lies haven't been built on a good structure. They thought they had this all in the bag going forward with their agenda. But as we know, anyone watching this video, we know that the lies are starting to come out and they're starting to be questioned. Now, obviously a lot around Big Pharma, we know that's definitely the case. But there's also a lot of lies around Parliament. Like we're getting told one thing, but then we hear something else. Now, I saw something this morning about side effects as well, and now they're even starting to pinpoint injuries from the jab to tinnitus and like hearing effects on hearing, and that's becoming a big problem as well. So every day there's something new coming out, and I think that's what we've got to kind of hold in our mind sometimes is that that little bits are spilling out all the time, and circulating that information is keeping that moving around, because that's what we want things to be moving around so that people hear that, then they get that, then they get confirmation of that. So look, these conspiracies, as we know, are starting to come to fruition, which we always knew they would. So just hold that inside, that you know that things are starting to come out. People are starting to speak up and they're starting to find their voices and their strength. And it's not easy because people get squashed a lot of, even when you watch a lot of interviews of anybody being affected by the jab, they seem to be getting quite bullied, and it's almost like they're not allowed to have a voice or have a say because you cannot link anything negative to the V. I won't say what it is because I do get checked a lot on YouTube. So this is what's kind of happening. There's been a lot of bullying in the background, and we definitely know that people have been silenced, particularly around the medical industries. But now they're starting to find their feet because the mandates moving forward are just a very negative way of implementing something, because it's coercion, and it actually, I noticed that in America, I think it was, the mandates on airplanes and things have been dropped to wear masks because it's unlawful. And I think that's a great breakthrough for anyone in America. I bet you're doing these ones. Masks are just an absolute nightmare, and there is zero proof, except from Fauci, that they work, and we've all hated wearing them for the last 2 years. So I think that was a big breakthrough moment for you guys in America. So we have to take anything like that, when something is proven to be unlawful, we have to really, be cheering in the background, because that's a huge thing. After 2 years, finally someone put some logical sense and some actual science behind these things. Like, how brilliant. So that's definitely a message today, is take every little win as a big win, because it is a big win, because it's another step forward. It's like stepping stones. You step on a stepping stone and you step on the next one and the next one and the next one, because it leads you to somewhere. So that's what you've got to see, every little breakthrough like that as a win-win. I'll see what else we get today. I'm just going to have a little sip of tea. It's a beautiful day here where I live. It's autumn and it's blue sky and it's just the perfect temperature. I'm sure it's warming up where some of you guys are living. You're going into spring, you lucky ducks. I'm jelly. I'm a bit jealous. All right, we'll see what else we get. Gosh, they're showing me, it's really weird. I'm getting like this word fantasia, but they're showing me like masses of colour. So it's like we're just wanting to reinvent our lives and have color. They're showing me like rainbow umbrellas and just colorful scenery, red and white circus tents, just fun and color, bright yellows. They're showing me sunflowers. I'm getting big sunflowers, big yellow sunflowers. If that means anything to anyone out there, comment down below. But they're showing me beautiful sunflowers, and I think the symbology of the sunflower to me is about just the life of a sunflower. Like, you always think when you vision beautiful, tall, upright sunflowers, they're always direct towards the sun. So they're always directing towards the light, and they always have bees on there. They have very good life energy, and I think of bees crawling on big sunflowers. That's the image that they're giving me. I'm definitely getting that image today of the sunflowers. But this is what I'm saying. They're showing me color because people want color in their life. People want their lives to be enriched now. They're tired of it being dulled down. They're showing me like that they're people's lives for the past, God, it's nearly 2.5 years, have been like in a grey, black and white, sepia tone, where there's been no zest, there's been no life, and people haven't understood it. They've kind of like, oh, it's like they've been living in another world, if I can put it that way. Now, the fact that now they're showing me colour, they're showing me zest for life, they're showing me the beautiful big sunflower. For some reason, I'm getting a beautiful big sunflower, because the sunflower represents the sun shining. And maybe that's what they're kind of saying to me, is the sun is shining again. We're starting to feel that warmth. If you're watching this video, we're starting to feel that warmth of nature. We keep searching for the light. We don't ever want to go back to that darkness or that horrible couple of years of tyranny and dictatorship that we went through. We want things to be growing, getting taller, having great color. This is what I'm getting. When you think of color, you think of living. That's what I'm getting. That's the word I'm getting. Things are living and things are full of life. If you think of a garden, great example would be you guys living over in Canada, America, any of these kind of countries, probably Germany and all over there. Coming into spring, everything's opening up. You've got flowers, you've got pinks, you've got reds, you've got purples and blues, and your bulbs are coming up and you've got new life. And this is what they're showing me. This is the colors. This is the colors and the energy. But this is how our life is becoming now. We're finding our spring in our step again, we could say, relating that to spring. Even here with autumn, I've got the beautiful reds and oranges and yellows again around the big sunflower. That yellow represents that vibrant energy, that power of life. I'm definitely getting that. It's about that we're getting on with it. So if you're watching this video, you're a person who has decided that you are moving your life forward and you're making a stand now, and you're not going to be taken back into those vibrations of lies, deception, feeling vilified. It's not going to happen anymore. That's a very strong message today, because you've brought color back into your life. And this could be literally, and it could also just be internally. You have, and when you think of, for example, they're showing me like the chakra points. So you get, your head chakra, you get your chest chakra, you get your stomach chakra, all these like chakra points. You think how bright and intense the colors are in those. They usually have a green, a purple, a red. Maybe this is about you have now found your balance. And this is what I'm saying, because you've learned how to live your life again. You've gone through the awakening process and you are awake. So you have found, if you're watching this video, you have found very good balance within your own system. So you've got very good balance in your physical body, in your mental body, in your spiritual body. Your soul is feeling stronger. And you're they're also showing me that not only that, but when you think of the warmth and the yellow, you're also radiating strength, and you're radiating energy out to other people, and you are making a difference. So I want you to really know that today. Like yesterday was so funny when the guides knighted everybody who was watching, and they put them as knights of the round table. Well, that's what I'm saying, because we've united and we've got our energy and our strength back. And that's why today they're saying to me that you've got all your chakras in line and you're feeling very balanced. You're in your sort of, they're showing me that midline, you're in your central power and you've found your gifts. But this is the awakening process. Like I said, we see things differently. You can't help who you are, but you have to be true to who you are, because resistance creates persistence, and you don't want that. You want beautiful flow in life. You want your life to be flowing, because you don't have that resistance in your body. You imagine what some of these people are going through who have been complying and now they're being told to get the flu jab, the booster jab. It's still ongoing for them, and they've got to make their decisions now going forward. But they would have resistance about these things. So it's going to cause their bodies to squeeze up and get tight and have a lot of confusion going on in their mental minds. And that's why I talk about protecting yourself as well going through this journey, because they're going through that resistance. Like, I don't want to have more. You know, a lot of them, don't even doubt it, would be going, I don't want more boosters for like a head cold. Why do I need that? I've already had COVID. Nearly everybody here's had it. So that would cause resistance, which in turn causes their body to contract. And that's what happens when you resist things. You're sort of pushing against things, but it causes you to contract. We've found the flow now, and that's the image I want you to keep in your mind. You have brought colour back into your life, colour back into your system. And I want you to, you know, I often talk about seeing little things, but maybe that big sunflower, if we see them anywhere, know that that's also leading you on your path. The other day I talked about butterflies. I know these are simple things, but sometimes the guides give you simple things just to let you know and to reiterate. So when you see that big sunflower with a buzzy bee on it, or it's so tall and looking and directing itself to the sun, that represents you. You're looking for the light always now, and you're standing tall, and you're in your colour and your strength, and other people see that. And I think that's what they're really trying to say today. People are seeing you being strong, being true to yourself, and having that wisdom and that knowledge to not be afraid and not be stuck and full of fear and resistance and all crippled up like we might have been, say, like I said, a year ago when we were being vilified and ostracised from society. And look, for anyone who's watching this video who might have been jabbed, who is trying to get off that path, that's great. Get back in your power and get yourself strong. And they're the messages today. You have woken up to seeing the truth, and it is coming out, and you just have to trust. You have to trust. So keep that flow going in your life, because that's how you feel relaxed and calm in your body, and it allows things to come to you. Sorry, it's Penny. Allows things to come to you, and it allows that beautiful flow for your spirit and your soul to kind of heal. Penny, shh, good girl. Well done. They just dropped a parcel off next door, so she's gone crazy. Shh. Penny, come here, come on. Thank you, Penny. Good girl. I'll just see what else we get today. Yeah, I'm definitely getting feelings of being... feelings are overwhelming people now. And this is not us. This is not you watching this video. People have shied away from the narrative. So people have a lot of uncertainty now about what is going on. They want to take charge of their lives and get their lives back. Now, people are very cautious with all this, because you have to remember that they're also seeing what happened in Canada, for you poor things over there. What's currently going on in Shanghai seems unbelievable and just absolutely shocking to most people. And like I said, that was on a mainstream TV channel here the other night, all about what they're doing to people in Shanghai. And as we know, they're driving them crazy and just sending them mad. So people still have this overwhelming feeling of, gosh, I hope to God we never go down that road. So you know, these are the things that are still waking people up. So you need to know also that there's other people out there that are feeling very overwhelmed about this journey. And is there more viruses? You know, they don't know what's going on. So they're still kind of in the dark, but we're not in the dark anymore. We've found light, and we're heading towards that light with no turning back. I feel like if you're watching this video, you ain't looking back. We are just going forward, and going forward in a really positive direction. I'll just see what else comes through today. This is a lot about us today, isn't it? I think we need that healing. Like I said, there was a very strange energy yesterday, some sort of shift, and it was a very strange feeling. Yeah, and it's saying you literally can brighten up your house as well, bringing colour into your house, bringing colour into your life. They're saying you can do this with home decor, you can do it with flowers, you can do it in so many ways. Just brighten up your life. Do the things that kind of make you happy and that bring you joy. This is important. Get colour back into your life. Might be that, you know, now that it's spring over there where you guys are, it might be that you get out and you hose your grass, or you put your sprinkler on and you get your grass really nice and green and lush, because sometimes that can make you feel good, and it can be soft underfoot as well. So this is kind of what they're saying, bring that colour, but that's also about bringing life back into things. So that's what I'd be definitely focusing on at the moment, is bringing that life energy and colour into your sort of, well, your space, but into your life, definitely. Wow, I'm getting like soldiers have been dropping like flies. So this is definitely around heart. There are a lot of people who have been mandated, particularly soldiers, who are dropping like flies. Now, these are fit people who are at their peak prime of fitness, and they're dropping like flies. Now, this is why the alarm bells are being sounded here with the age groups, because people are starting to speak up and they're starting to voice what they've gone through. Now, you've got to just trust that this stuff is coming out. It's happening behind in the background, and I think we all know that there's a lot of these people grouping together because they only have strength in numbers. Being coerced and being mandated is an unlawful thing, as we know as well, especially now that the information is pouring out, and I would say pouring out, not just coming out, pouring out, because we've got to remember also that the data from Pfizer was only a portion of it, and it was only a 3-month period, and then the next 3 months, but that's not even the other pharmaceutical companies, is it? So imagine how much extra data there would be. It would be ginormic. So this is what I'm saying. You have to really find that patience, because I do get a lot about soldiers getting together. You think about it, if you've suddenly got a heart condition and you're in, say, 25, that's going to affect you for your whole life. You're going to be paranoid, even if you have a little murmur or you have something. You're going to be really nervous, whereas you were strong and healthy prior to that, but you've got to be able to prove it. And these are where the challenges lie. But if they can do things en masse and they can all coordinate the dates or when that happened, this is how they can make changes moving forward. So you have to know these things are all kind of going on in the background. It's you know, it's just something that to keep us going, to know that the truths are finally starting to filter out. It is happening. You just have to trust that it's happening, but it's happening at a really good pace. And you've also got to remember too that the data, the information has to be gathered as well, because it has to all be on a specific timeline to prove that actually was the cause. So these things take time, because that's a bit of a legal process usually as well. So just have patience, but things are happening in the background. Definitely happening in the background. They're saying, Penny, they're saying to me so much has taken place in the last year. And this is about the agenda of obviously the reset. We know they're doing that. they're starting to override people. I'll just have a cup of tea, sorry. They're starting to override people now. People can feel that things are being delivered to them, but they're not being delivered on a platter. They're being delivered to them via the media. So we know that the media is their number one tool of delivering anything they're implementing to the people. And recently here we had these fake protests about climate change blocking major Sydney streets. There was like 4 people, same actors that were in the one the other day. To me, they were actors. I don't even doubt it. And then they passed the bill that Australians can't protest now if it stops any sort of public movement. So, which is pretty much every protest. I know in Canada you've already been hit with these. And this is how they do it. They do it via the media. So they use the media as their tool to implement things, to stop things. And this is all helping to create the agenda. They're not going on a silver platter to people and say, oh, let's go to the vote. What do you think about this? Will we stop protesting in Australia? Can you imagine what people would say? People would just be mortified going, what, we have no freedom of speech anymore? You're taking all our powers away? Yeah. Well, but it doesn't get fed that way. This is how clever they are. But they feed it through the media by planting staged actors, in our case, in Australia, and making it look really bad and just saying how these people were blocking people getting to work and stopping traffic, and it was so disruptive. They just can't allow it to go on anymore. It was ridiculous. It was so obvious. And they had about 3 protests in a row with the same 4 people, mind you. Only 4 out of the whole of Australia. No one else was there. It seemed pretty odd. They were well set up. They got a tip off, and the police were there ready to pounce. They had extra police ready. It was all, the media was there. They got all the footage. It was absolutely embarrassing, actually. And then that night, of course, on the news, implemented. The new bill had passed. Now, this is what I'm saying about they're very sneaky, and they're doing things via the media, and they plant the seeds first and then they implement their agenda. So you have to know these things are coming out. I know in Canada, I know you guys know it's already happening over there. Gosh, you've got all the bills passing at the moment. Gosh, you're not far behind Shanghai, are you? Only you don't have to wear the spacesuits at the moment or go into quarantining. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's what they're doing. They're very, very clever at that mind manipulation. There was even people on Facebook here saying how they were so mad at those protesters for blocking streets, and you just write to them and you say, yeah, and now there's a bill passed. People don't even know. Because this girl was saying to me, yeah, but that's just my opinion. Oh my gosh. And I wrote back to her and I said, yeah, but they've just taken your opinion away from you. You don't have an opinion anymore. Because they just passed the bill to stop anyone having freedom of speech. So this is the craziness of it. But they're very clever because, again, they still work on the mind of people, and people who comply fall for it just like that. So they're things to really be aware of, although most of us know what's going on. We're not silly. With the x-ray glasses that we have, we can see a lot of things. I'll just see if there's any last messages today. Oh, oh no. I'm getting, and this is around the virus, the gift that keeps on giving. I think we know where that's heading. So basically, we're not out of the woods yet. There could be more strains, more variants. I'm getting like June, July, and it's all just getting scarier. The mutations are getting worse. They're getting more transmissible, more dangerous, of course. So I don't think that's over yet. But see, that's that way again. It's the way of getting fear into people again. You can't just keep milking the climate thing all the time, and you can't just use coercion all the time. So you have to keep things in people's faces. So again, I think there's going to be more variants of the gift that just keeps on giving. We know that. And that's what they're kind of saying. The guys are saying they've made a rod for their own back, meaning that these governments have to keep coming up with like constant things to feed people, because I think they honestly thought it was going to be easier than what it has been. Like, they didn't realize they'd get such a fight and a pushback from a lot of people. They thought everyone would just go into fear, and they would actually just roll this out, and there wouldn't be people who didn't want it. Like, there might be a tiny, but they didn't realize there would be like sort of that quarter of the population standing up against this. But then, you know, when people are coerced and mandated, what are they going to do? Just stand there and take it? They've lost their jobs and businesses. So this is the kind of stuff that's thrown the agenda out. It's definitely thrown it off its course. So I'm going to leave you with that today. We have thrown their agenda. Excuse me. We have thrown their agenda off its course as much as we're tired. Like, I just yawned, so that always means we're all tired and over this. But you have to know that you have thrown it off its course. And they're showing me like the window. I talk about the window of opportunity a lot, but the other people are trying to push that window open, but it's like the window's kind of stuck. So it's stuck open a little bit to allow enough flow. So there's enough flow of information and fresh air virtually, and things that are still coming out. So the window's jammed at the moment. So I'm going to leave you with that in your mind, that we have made a difference and the window is jammed, and it's jammed for a reason, because the information is still flowing, and the people are still trying to get, that are complying, are still trying to get some fresh air and work all this out. So yeah, just sit back and enjoy the show. I'm still going to let you do that for the next few months, but don't think this is over yet. There's still a bit to come. Anyway, thanks for watching today. I'm going to say goodbye for now. Goodbye from Penny. She's heading home. Bye from Australia, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.